Sometimes life lets you down, and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run, because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes
The new channel. The new channel.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone, welcome to the new channel.
Here to help you see the new you.
My name is Wanlu,
And my name is Nicola, and this is
the Puppet Stories. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is September 28th, Monday. Welcome to this week's episode of the Puppet Stories. Here on the show, we talk about anyone or anything that has to do with puppets. Last week on the show, Nicola, who did we have?
Tito, and last week on the show, we had the puppeteers on the Quezon City Public Library.
That's right. Last week on the show, we had the puppeteers from the Quezon City Public Library. They showed us a little sample of the puppetry art that they do, and they also showed us how they use the art of puppetry as a tool to entertain children when children visit the Quezon City Public Library. They also use the art of puppetry to educate the children, teach them how to read, encourage them to read more books, and of course, encourage them to visit the library. That's before the pandemic and hopefully after the pandemic. If you missed that episode, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to see it, you can always watch the replay. So after this live show, you can scroll down here on the new channel and check out the September 21 episode of the Puppet Stories if you want to find out more about the Quezon City Public Library puppeteers. This afternoon, we have a special guest all the way from Indonesia.
Indonesia? Wow! Who is he?
Well, he's not your regular puppeteer, Nicola. He's a dalang. Do you know what a dalang is?
Dalang? I don't know what a dalang is.
Well, a dalang is an Indonesian puppeteer, not just your regular puppeteer. He's a master puppeteer from Indonesia. And ladies and gentlemen, before we introduce him, please do check out this video to find out more about Wayang Kulit. ladies and gentlemen, live streaming all the way from Indonesia, my very good friend, Indonesian Wayang Kulit advocate, Wahyu Dunung Raharjo. Dunung, welcome to the show.
Hello, Wanlu. Hello, Nicolo. How do you
Eh,
do?
Hi, Dunong. Nice to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, great. A long time no see you, Nicolo.
That's right. Long time no see, Dunong. Before we start the questions, Dunong, can you please say hello to all the guests, all the viewers watching from all over the world.
Go ahead, say hello
Okay.
first to everybody who's watching, Dunung.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Wanlu, Nicolo. How do you do?
Right, Dunong. First things first, how's the weather in Indonesia? In Manila, it's raining. What about in Indonesia?
Yeah, it's like that similar like Manila. It's shiny.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. You are live streaming from which part of Indonesia?
No, now I'm streaming from Solo. It's a region in
Oh,
the Central Java Island.
that's right. Solo, I understand, is about 10 hours from Jakarta.
Yeah, right. 10 hours from
Right. 10
Jakarta.
hours from Jakarta. So in the Philippines, it's like Manila to probably, I don't know, Ilocos region or something like that.
Oh
10
yeah,
hours away
maybe.
from Jakarta. Very, very far. All right.
Yeah, very far.
Dunong, the last time we were together, you were in Manila for the World Puppetry Day, and
Right.
we gave that's right, we gave tribute to the mother of Philippine puppetry, if you remember, Professor Amelia Bonifacio, who incidentally will be our guest next week here on the Puppet Stories. And
Oh yeah.
incidentally as well, she is now a Philippine national artist. Just for your information, Dunong, national artist is the highest form of the highest honor given to an artist here in our country. So Professor Amelia Bonifacio is now a national artist, and we will have her on the show
Wow.
next Monday. All right. Hey, that's
Next Monday. Wow.
that's right, and it's going to be a special episode, right, Nicola?
All right, Tito Luda. Today is also special because Dunong from Indonesia is with us this afternoon.
That's right. You met him when he was here in Manila.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, Dunong, you
Yeah,
remember we had
I
fun in
remember
Manila.
it was 2015, right?
Yeah, 2015, we were together in Resorts World Manila, the Cultural Center of the Philippines, and incidentally, the Quezon City Public Library. If you remember, we went to that library as well. Yeah, and they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
our guests last week. So what a good coincidence! What a coincidence. Okay, Dunong, we'll start with
Yeah,
our
Wanlu.
very first question. This is what we ask everybody on the show. Uh, do tell us about yourself and what you do.
Okay, my name is Wahyu Dunung Raharjo, and you can call me Dunung, my middle name, and I am 32 years old, and I am a traditional puppeteer in Indonesia. People who play puppet are called dalang. So I am a dalang. I finished my studies at the Indonesian Institute of the Arts and learned about gamelan. Gamelan is Indonesia's traditional music instrument, and also I am a puppet maker and also gamelan maker. And then I work at my foundation. It's called Yayasan Sang Pamarta Indonesia. In this yayasan, we doing some educational project about wayang and gamelan for children. And also, I was visit several countries to play puppet and introducing Indonesian puppet.
Wow, that's so cool. You know, Dunong, you're the third Indonesian on the show. We had in the first season we had two Indonesians. We had
Oh yeah.
Santi, yeah,
Oh,
Santi
Sandeep.
Dusaputri,
Yeah,
who
yeah, yeah,
does
yeah.
Wayang Wong. She was on the show on the first season. along with her mom and her dad. They performed a
Wow.
little bit. It was a very
Mm-hmm.
special episode. And
Wow.
we also had Budi Haha. He's
Oh,
an Indonesian ventriloquist.
ventriloquist. Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, and it was Budi Haha who told us about, if you remember, Nicola.
Yeah, he told us about dalang. Can you explain us what a dalang is?
Yeah, what is a dalang? Because according to Budi Haha, being a dalang is not easy. It's quite difficult to become a
Yeah,
dalang
yeah.
in Indonesia. So can you tell us about how you become how you get the title of a dalang?
Okay. As you know, Dalang is not just storyteller because Dalang is not just playing puppet, but Dalang is also singer. Dalang is also dancer. Dalang not dancing, but Dalang must know how to make wayang dancing, and then Dalang also music conductor. So the gamelan ensemble in Wayang Kulit performance, Dalang as a conductor. So Dalang is I can call Dalang is very multi talented like that.
I see. So to become a dalang, you study dancing, not just the art of puppetry, not just wayang kulit,
Yeah, yeah.
puppetry. You also learn to dance. You also learn to sing because you do your own singing while you're performing. Is that correct?
Right, right. I do my own
Wow.
singing.
So you do your own singing and you also conduct for the live music because usually
Yeah,
wayang kulit performance, even wayang wong and even wayang golek is done with live Indonesian cultural band, right?
right, right. So Dalang is also conductor.
Wow. And how long does it take to be a dalang? How long? How is it? Does it take years? Years and years of studying?
Oh yeah, sure, sure. To be a professional dalang, maybe for myself, I take about 10 years, 10 years to learn about singing, to learn about playing puppet, and then to learn about the story, and also to learn about how to make the leader puppet.
Right, right. Because the wayang kulit puppets, ladies and gentlemen, for your information, are made of out of leather. Is it cow
Leader.
skin or buffalo skin?
The best quality is from buffalo skin.
Buffalo skin. That's
Yeah.
right. I figured it's buffalo skin because I also have something here that I'd like to show you. This is something from Thailand. They call it the nang talung. So
Nang
something
talong,
similar,
right?
yeah, something similar to the wayang kulit, right? It's also made of buffalo skin. This was given to me by my good friend Rat Punyarak from, oh yeah, similar, from Phuket, Thailand. So basically, the difference, I suppose, is the storyline, and the design, because this one's a prince.
Yeah, the design is different, and we have the same story with Thailand because we have
Oh,
Ramayana story.
oh, I didn't know that. The same story with Thailand, Ramayana. It's just that the characters are, oh, I mean, the character designs, but the characters are the same.
Yeah, the character is we have Ramayana story. We have Rama Dasamuka, like
Right.
Thailand story.
Right. So basically, the characters are the same. It's just the design of the puppet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because of the costume, I suppose.
Yeah, Nicolo, good point. Because the Thai costume is different from the Indonesian cultural.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah, you know what I mean. All right. So it takes 10 years. So no wonder when I ask Budi, he's a ventriloquist, I ask him, Budi, why not become a dalang? Why did you choose to be a ventriloquist? And he said easily, he said to be a dalang is very very difficult. Now I know why. You have to learn a lot of things: dancing, singing, puppet making. Of course, you need to uh, to memorize the script and everything. And not only that, you need to know the story of Ramayana by heart. And he's also a music conductor. 10 years, at least 10 years. Very interesting. All right, Dunong, how did you start your career in puppetry? How did you start your career in Indonesian Wayang Kulit?
Yeah. Uh, I start my career in Indonesia Wayang Kulit performance with being a dalang cili. Dalang cili is like children puppeteer. My first show is are started when I 10 years old.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I have joined for national championship for young puppeteer in Jakarta, 2011, and I got trophy for the best performer nomination. And after that, Senawangi has recruited me to bring me to the another country and playing wayang. And then after that, people inviting me to play wayang kulit in their event like that.
Wow, that's interesting. So you started really young, 10 years old.
Yeah, 10 years
So,
old.
wow, does this run in your family, or you're the first dalang in your family, or you have relatives who were dayang before you? I mean, dalang before
No,
you.
no, because dalang in Indonesia is like tradition, for from grandfather to father, father to the son. So my father is puppeteer too, dalang too.
Oh,
My grandfather is dalang too. My grandfather is dalang, and
wow.
that's like DNA.
Right, right. So so you're from a family of dalangs, from
Right?
your
Yeah.
great great grandfather to your grandfather to your dad, and now to you. And you said you're only 32 years old. You're single, I suppose.
No, I have married in 2014.
Oh, you're married. Do you have children already?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
Not
So,
yet.
well, I just want to ask because it's really interesting. So, when God willing, you have children already and they're old enough, will you be teaching them to become dalangs themselves?
Yeah, if in our family, our children is 3 years ago, 3 years old, 4 years old. They interesting to play wayang. It's like
Right.
nature talent like that. And also father have to must be teaching about wayang to their children.
I see. So it's tradition. It's a tradition. So when you're a dalang, you are obliged to teach it to your children. Of course, it's natural in Indonesia that children like wayang kulit, right? I suppose there are very, very few who don't like wayang kulit, even if I'm not sure if that's a possibility. Maybe 100% of the children in Indonesia love the art of wayang in Indonesia, so it won't be difficult to teach your children the love for the art, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I suppose so because when I was young, I really wanted to learn puppetry, but well, it was very difficult to find a teacher. Fortunately, when I became older, much older, a good friend of mine, Oni Carcamo, my mentor in ventriloquism, taught me. You met Oni in Manila, if you remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Oh, by the
remember.
way, you mentioned Senawangi. I got this book, if you remember, when you were in Manila. Our friends from Senawangi gave us this book. It's
Oh
called
yeah,
the Heritage of ASEAN Puppetry, and this is a really really nice book, and all the puppetry cultures from all over Southeast Asia is in this book.
wow.
Senawangi, our friends from Senawangi from Indonesia. All right, Dunong, tell us about Wayang Kulit. Uh, from what I know, in Indonesia, you have Wayang Golek, you have Wayang Kulit, you have Wayang Wong, among other puppetry arts. Why did you choose Wayang Kulit specifically?
Yeah, first, wayang kulit is like uh our family tradition because it's different between road puppet, wayang golek, and wayang kulit. Wayang golek is in West Java, and in the central Java, in this area, this region, is the culture is Wayang Kulit. So that is my family culture. And then uh this wayang is very familiar for me.
Hmm.
Even I was young, is so close with this kind of wayang. So that is my decision.
Right, right. I get the point because your family exposed to wayang kulit, so easier for you to perform and choose wayang kulit as your puppetry art, right? Okay, okay. Let me see. You have anything to ask, Dunong?
Yeah, I'd like to ask, who made those puppets, Dunong? The one you're holding. Did you make it yourself?
Did you make your
Oh
puppets,
yeah,
Dunong?
yeah, I make it myself. This is Rahwana. It's antagonic person in Ramayana story.
Wow, you made it yourself. But as a dalang, are you allowed to make a different design of the character, or is it always the same? It has to be the same character, or as a dalang, are you authorized to make a different design?
Yeah, for the traditional performance is the same characters, but
Uh,
now I create my new creation, like you play in the first videos, is wayang
right,
multimedia. Multimedia wayang is my newest creation, and then also I make my new character of wayang.
right. I noticed in the Wayang multimedia there was a character with a cross. Is
Oh
it
yeah,
supposed to be Jesus Christ?
yeah, right. So
Wow,
we
that's so
have
interesting.
so
Yeah,
we also play the biblical story, is about Old Testament and New Testament, is story about Jesus, as about David and Goliath, about Moses and Yonah and etc. That is this called Wayang Pamarta.
Wayang Pamarta. Did you
Yeah.
make it yourself, or is it traditional also in Indonesia? I'm
Wayang
I'm
Pamarta.
guessing it's something new.
Wayang Pamarta is the new creation, but it's maybe 1960.
Oh,
Mm,
I
and
see. I
then
see.
and then I touch it with the multimedia
Right.
effect, like that.
Dunong, I'd like to ask, are you a Christian?
Oh yeah, I am Christian, Nicolo.
Wow, you are. Wow, that's so interesting to know, and that's that's so happy to know because, of course, we thought being familiar with Ramayana and everything, I thought you were not Christian, but I realized when I saw the cross earlier in the video that there's a possibility that you are. Wow, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so good to know. Yeah.
All right.
2 years ago, we have like contract with Christian station TV in Indonesia. We make the that story wayang multimedia for the TV show.
Wow. All right. That is so cool. So, in your part of Indonesia, um, Christianity is, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
part of the culture. Wow, that's good. That's good to know. All right. Dunong, tell us about your performances in other countries. You mentioned earlier that you've introduced Wayang Kulit in other countries. Of course, you've been in the Philippines in I believe that was 2015, and you performed at the Resorts World Manila. You also demonstrated your art at the Cultural Center of the Philippines. So, aside from the Philippines, where else have you been?
Yeah, in 2014, I was go to the Slovenia, is in East Europe, and then also we play some wayang performance in Thailand in 2016, And also we play wayang performance in Vietnam 2018, and then also in Penang, Malaysia with Art Solute with Terence and the team for Asian Puppetry Exchange.
Oh yeah, I
So
remember. I
yeah,
remember Terence and what's the name of her? What's the name of his?
Jody.
Jody. Yeah, Jody.
Yeah.
Jody and Terence from Art Salute. I was supposed to be in Penang with you guys, but unfortunately, schedule did not permit. It was
Oh
very
yeah,
nice because I saw in the photos that you collaborated with other ASEAN puppeteers.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that was really
collaborate
nice.
not just ASEAN puppetries but ASEAN music too.
Oh, all
Yeah,
right. ASEAN,
we
I suppose ASEAN puppetry, ASEAN music, and as well
yeah
as ASEAN dance.
yeah ASEAN dance too.
Right, that is so nice. Okay, before we take a break, Dunong, I was wondering if in your part of Indonesia, how often do you perform Wayang Kulit?
In Indonesia.
Yeah, in your part of Indonesia, in Solo, how often do you perform your Wayang Kulit? How often do you perform? Do you do it every night or at least twice or thrice a week?
Oh, in Indonesia, maybe before pandemic we can play wayang kulit for minimal even is twice time for a month, and if it's August or July, we can play 7 or 10 times for a month. But
Wow.
because this is a pandemic, so it's
Right, right, right. But before the
our
pandemic, you used to do it at least twice a month to a maximum of 10 times a month.
yeah
Wow.
yeah
And when you perform Wayang Kulit in your part of Indonesia in Solo, do you notice tourists, who are interested in Wayang Kulit?
Yeah, like
yeah
Americans, Nady or Nady. Because I remember, Dunong, a good friend of mine. His name is Dern Ogrodnik. He's from Iceland.
You remember
mm,
Bernd? Yeah, yeah. You remember Bernd?
Yeah. He likes Wayang Kulit.
Yeah, yeah. A good friend of mine. I met him in Thailand in 2014. His name is Bernd. He's from Iceland.
wow.
He loves Wayang Kulit. So when you perform Wayang Kulit in Solo, do you notice tourists watching and enjoying the performances?
Yeah, sure. Many tourists, many friends for another countries come to join the performance. Not just join to watching, but they also join to playing gamelan, because my father have several students from another countries, from France,
Wow.
from Holland, and once time for a years they come to Indonesia and playing gamelan together.
Right. That's very, very interesting because as far as Southeast Asian puppetry is concerned, I honestly believe that Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand are the strongest countries as far as representing ASEAN puppetry is concerned. When we ask non Asians about Asian puppetry, they always say puppetry in Indonesia is very rich, also from Thailand and also from Vietnam. Of course, other countries in Southeast Asia also have rich puppetry cultures like Singapore and Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, and Philippines, Brunei. But not, I can probably safely say that not as strong as Indonesian culture and Thai and Vietnam puppetry culture. All right, Dunong, we'll be having a quick break first. When we get back, you will demonstrate a little bit of your Wayang Kulit performance. And ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen, when we get back, Not only will Dunong perform for us, he will also demonstrate how he does this Wayang Kulit performance of his. It's something very, very famous in Indonesia. Actually, not just in Indonesia,
Not just in Indonesia, but in other parts of the world.
that's right. All right, we'll take a break first. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hello everyone! Iniimbitahan ko po kayo na panoorin ang The Papet Stories with Wanlu, ang pinakasikat at pinakamagaling na ventriloquist sa Pilipinas. The Papet Stories tuwing araw po yan ng Martes at Biyernes at 5 p.m. sa TNC, The New Channel. Kita kits!
All right, welcome back to the Puppet Stories. We are still with my very good friend from Solo, Indonesia. He's an Indonesian Dalang. A Dalang is an expert or a master puppeteer from Indonesia. He specializes in Wayang Kulit. But before we ask him to perform, we'd like to say hello to our friends, our sponsors. We'll start with Congresswoman Nina Taduran of ACT-CIS Party List. Maraming salamat po, Congresswoman Nina Taduran, for supporting the Puppet Stories here on the new channel. We'd like to thank as well our friend Dr. Mildred Vitangcol, the president of Sonta Club Makati Ayala. Ayan. Direct, can you show Sonta Club Makati Ayala? Yan. Sonta Club Makati Ayala. The president, of course, is Dr. Mildred Vitangcol. Maraming salamat po, Dr. Vitangcol, for helping the Puppet Stories and the art of puppetry in general. We'd like to thank as well our friends from Bangon, Talentadong Pinoy. Saturdays, 8 p.m. on TV5. Kung kayo po ay may talento na gusto niyo ipakita sa mundo, please send your 2 to 3 minute video to Bangon Talentadong Pinoy. Pag yung video nyo po ay napili, may corresponding prices po yan, from 2,000 to as much as 250,000 pesos. Again, maraming salamat po. Bangon Talentadong Pinoy, Saturdays 8 p.m. on TV5. Bago natin tawagan, before we call back Dunong, we have a few people here would like to say hello. Mitch Kitong. Hi, Nicolo. Nicolo, kinakamusta ka ni Mitch?
Hi, Mitch.
Sorry, nag-rest, nag-break. Okay, we also have Aluluk Mir Ativo. Good evening po from QCPL Payatas Branch. Hey, thank you very much for watching. Our friends from the Quezon City Public Library. Elijah Lunaria. Hello, Nicolo. Hi, Eli. My son is watching. Albert Galinsoga is watching. Thank you very much. Marife Pado. Thank you very much for watching. Marife Pado. Thai Lemty is watching from Laos. Hey, hi. Hello, Lemty. Thank you very much for watching the show. Say hello to Vancy and everybody from Laos. Sorentiwa Sornpong is watching from Thailand. So Adikap, Sorentiwa, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. And last but not the least, Joshua Buendia. Happy Monday, Joshua, and thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Uy, pasalamatan ko na rin po our friends from Armor On. Napakagandang t-shirt po na binigay sa akin at sa aking anak na si Eli last Saturday because we were on the TNC Town Hall. Salamat sa kaibigan natin from Aftershift for arranging this, for arranging it so we can have our really, really nice shirts from Armor On. Salamat po. Okay, let's go back to our special guest this afternoon from Indonesia, Wahyu Dunung Raharjo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Wayang Kulit under the Indonesian Dalang Wahyu Dunung Raharjo. That was well done, Dunung. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Salamat
You know
po.
what? Oh, you're welcome. Wow, galing ah. You know how to speak Tagalog. Salamat po. Wow, that's so cool. You know, Dunong, incidentally, you're the second shadow puppeteer who appeared on the show. The
Oh
first
yeah,
one
good.
was, the first one was Anna Fabuli from Germany. Of course,
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
European puppetry art. So we can see the difference between the contemporary art of the German shadow puppet theater
Yeah,
and
I know
the
Anna.
Indonesian wayang kulit. Oh, you know Anna, you've met her.
Yeah, it's like paper craft.
Right, right. Her puppets are made
And
of black, what
yeah,
do you call this?
and she usually
Art.
usually bring the umbrella with the tiny
Right,
puppet,
right,
right?
right. Very funny lady. Very, very masterful with her art. She makes her puppets, shadow puppets, using black cartolina. And
Yeah, yeah.
unlike the wayang kulit, you use uh, bull, water
Buffalo
buffalo
skin,
leather. Yeah,
yeah, leather.
water buffalo skin. All right. Dunong, it's so what do you call this? Probably I can say extravagant. It's so nice. The performance is nice, despite the fact that it's just a sample, just an excerpt of what you actually do. How long does a performance last? A typical performance. How long does it last for an
For
entire
the
show?
tradition or for the last show.
Yeah, yeah. Both for tradition and the last show that you showed us. Usually, I was told some stories last for the entire night. Is this true?
Yeah, for the traditional show, we play entire night
Wow.
from 9 o'clock until four after night 4 o'clock.
Wow. That's how long it's done. What about the contemporary shows?
Why? Yeah, yeah. For the contemporary, we play the more short than the
Mm-hmm.
traditional because the audience, we we need the shorter performance. So we play
Right,
just
but
1 hour or
oh,
two
all
hour.
right.
Yeah,
So it's much shorter than the traditional wayang kulit.
yeah.
Much shorter, 1 hour. All
Mm-mm.
right. I
For
also want to
the
ask you, Dunong,
yeah.
because it's pandemic, because of the coronavirus. Uh, what do you do to still perform and promote wayang kulit? I saw on one of your videos that you do this online live performance.
Sure, yeah. Because this pandemic, our live performance was canceled. All of our live event is was canceled.
Right,
So
right,
we try to make the wayang still exist with the virtual performance with
right,
YouTube platform or Facebook fans page platform, and then also I built my YouTube channel, and then we share about wayang in my channel. We share about wayang story, and then we make the
right, right.
the short performance like 30 minute, and then
Right.
15-minute performance just for
Yeah, the
YouTube.
performance is shorter, but the scenery, the scenery is still extravagant. I saw the big screen, the big puppets, and even a live band performing in your live Facebook live performances, right?
Yeah, and also we create the 5 minute performance like I perform just just story
Oh,
just story without language because our audience not just from Indonesia but from another country,
right, right,
so
right. That's
they
true.
they can catch the story is about man versus
Right.
tiger like that.
Right, that's right, that's right. Yeah, people can relate because, well, it's something, something anyone can relate to. Dunong, before we take a break, we still have our second break. But before we do, can you show us briefly how you do it behind the screen?
Oh
How
yeah.
you manipulate? Yeah, can you show us briefly?
uh this moment or after break?
No, now, before the break, so we can
Okay.
just see you how you do it because as much as the actual performance is very, very graceful, very, very interesting, very, very extravagant, I'm sure a lot of people would like to know how you do it behind that screen because Dalangs, they're masterful. They only make it look easy, but I'm telling you, it is not easy. It's very, very difficult. If you can imagine, you're the one manipulating the puppets, you're the one singing, it's live singing, you're the one conducting the live band, and you also need to learn how to dance because if you notice one of the characters earlier, he was dancing. So if you don't know how to dance, it will be difficult for you to show how graceful your puppet is. So let's see how Dunong does it behind the screen.
Yeah,
All right.
this I have behind the screen. So
Oh, okay.
handle the I handle the puppet like this. Musik.
Aha.
And then this puppet is very special because a lot Indonesian puppet is have no moving foot, but this puppet the foot is
Right, right.
move,
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, that's very interesting.
and also it can dancing like this, and also the head can moving, and then the fighting we just handle with two my hands. So my right hand
Right,
is control all of the puppet moving, the hands, the foot like
right, right. So
like this.
Dunong, your right hand is controlling basically everything on the puppet.
Yeah,
So
everything,
one
everything.
hand, one puppet, and the other hand on the other puppet. Wow.
Yeah. This is the because Dalang is central conductor of performance. So he play for himself like
Dunong,
this.
in Wayang Kulit performances, is it allowed to have two or more dalangs or always only one dalang per performance?
For traditional performance, just one dalang for all the puppet. But for the like contemporary performance, we use more than one dalang.
Oh, I see. So it's
Like
allowed.
my
Right, right.
like my Wayang Pamarta multimedia, it's
Right.
controlled by five dalang.
Wow. All right. So you're breaking tradition, but I suppose it will make it a lot more interesting and a lot more graceful if you had several dalang. All
Yeah.
right. Dunong, when we go back, we'll take a quick break. It's our last break, actually. When we go back, we will ask you a question. It's something we ask everybody on the show. We will ask you your puppet story. All right. But think about it. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, please don't leave. right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Puppet Stories. We are still with Indonesian Dalang, my good friend Wahyu Dunung Raharjo from Solo, Indonesia. Before we ask him to tell us his puppet stories, we'd like to ask all of you to watch the shows here on the new channel. We have plenty of shows here. We have The Big Picture, shares inspiring stories of notable personalities Mondays to Fridays, 7 p.m. Nicolo, ikaw naman yung iba.
Ay, opo, we have HR Hotline introduces us to the wonderful world of human resources management. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 1 p.m. Have an insightful Saturday afternoon because the family business is everyone's business. 4 p.m. Wow. The fourth project is about life, business, and success stories live from Dubai, UAE, 6 p.m. Dubai time or 10 p.m. Philippine time on Saturdays. Usapang Beauty is about beauty beyond what your eyes can see. Thursdays and Saturdays, 5 p.m. The world has faced an unprecedented pandemic. Time to hear positive testimonies straight from those who recovered from the disease. COVID Stories, Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. Discover your life purpose and learn from others' turnaround stories by tuning in to U-Turn Mondays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. The Home Buyer is where you hear remarkable stories about building and owning properties Mondays and Thursdays 4 p.m. Magbenta, bumili at tumulong dahil bukas na ang TNC Marketplace, an online night bazaar Thursdays and Fridays at 10 p.m.
We also have Yo Law. It's for all of us to understand the law is fun and cool too. Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Watch and learn about money and more. Streams live from the Philippines and the US. Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Philippine time and 5:30 a.m. California, USA time. All right. Two leaders in one platform. TNC The Talk Mondays at 12 noon. After Shift is chillaxing show about your choices and lives after work. Wednesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m.
Discover and learn strategies on self-leadership to win in life through Win Within, Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Dream, achieve, nurture, and inspire. Tag your kids along and watch Danny Art Show, Fridays, 5:30 p.m. Global issues, common interests, learn together across borders. Foreign affairs streams on Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Because health is wealth, Healthline on Wednesdays and Fridays, 4 p.m.
And we have more new shows here on the new channel. We have Awesome Day, Women at Work, Cybernext, Tech U, and GGNO.
Or Good Girls Night Out. Catch also our TNC original shows such as One Day and inspiring 30-minute storytelling. It also alternates with TNC Town Hall, co-hosted by TNC founders Lloyd and Apple. This show is where we talk to you, our valued audience, about our shows on the Blue Channel. TNC shows that will truly inspire you.
And of course, don't forget the Puppet Stories tuwing Lunes po yan, 5:30 p.m. here on TNC. Okay, let's go back to Dunong. Dunong,
Yeah,
please tell the world your puppet story.
yeah. My puppet story is uh, my dream is how to share the value of life from the puppet performance. So audience not just watch the puppet and entertain it, but they catch the life value from my puppet performance.
All right. So Dunong, thank you very much because it's a question we ask all the guests. That's the title of the show, The Puppet Stories. It's so nice to know your story and Wayang Kulit and Wayang puppetry in general is so lucky to have you because you've promoted the art of Wayang Kulit not just in Indonesia, not just in Southeast Asia, but all over the world. And for that, everybody from Southeast Asia is grateful. Thank you very much, Dunong.
Salamat po, Wanlu.
Salamat po. Thank you very much for being on the
Thank you
show.
very
And
much.
Dunong, if you have anything to promote, like your weekly live performance, go ahead. Tell everyone where to go.
Oh yeah, please subscribe my YouTube channel, Sahabat Wayang TV.
We will. We will. All right. Again, thank you very much, Terima Kasi, for being
Terima
on the
kasih.
show. We appreciate it very much. Salamat po, and may God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.
All
Thank you very
right,
much.
ladies and gentlemen, that was Indonesian Dalang, Wahyu Dunung Raharjo from Solo, Indonesia.
Bye. Bye, Dunong. Nice to see you again. Hope to see you again next time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we end the show, we'd like to thank again our sponsors, our friends on the show. Nahin ko na po si Congresswoman Nina Taduran from
AXIS Party List.
Tama, AXIS Party List, Congresswoman Nina Taduran. Of course, Dr. Mildred Pitangkol, the President of SONTA Club, Makati, Ayala. Maraming salamat po. And last but not the least, our friends from Bangon, Talentadong Pinoy. Salamat po sa suporta ninyo sa amin. All right, we have 2 minutes left. Quickly lang po, may good news kami ni Nicolo. Starting next week, we will have our old new segment.
Old new segment.
Old new segment. Old kasi ginawa na natin to season 1. Ibabalik lang natin ngayong season 2 kasi marami nagre-request.
Ano po yun?
Yung Puppetry 101. We will teach you basic puppetry manipulation, basic puppetry hacks. Basta po, yan po ay Puppetry 101 starting next week, God willing. And speaking of next week, our guest for Monday, that will be October 5, Monday 5:30 p.m. is no other than the mother of Philippine puppetry, Professor Amelia La Peña Bonifacio, our national artist. So wag niyo pong please don't miss that episode. That will be again on Monday, October 5, 5:30 p.m. here on the Puppet Stories, here on the new channel. Again, no less than the mother of Philippine puppetry herself, Professor Amelia La Peña Bonifacio, our national artist. Excited ka na ba dyan?
Ay, ako po excited na. Ikaw rin, alam ko excited ka eh.
Excited talaga ako dahil isa ako sa mga tagahanga ni Professor Bonifacio. Hindi lang sa pagpapapet dahil maraming mga bagay. Nako, excited na ako itanong yung mga maraming bagay tungkol sa kanya. And we'll probably ask her yung kanyang journey to being a national artist.
Ay, po, excited na po ako.
Excited ka na. All right, that's all the time we have for all of you this afternoon. If you need a puppeteer, you can always get in touch with us. We have the Circus Show. This is done via Zoom. And we also have the Animal Safari Show. We also have the Dinosaur Puppet Show. If you have a child or if you have children having a kiddie birthday party, and of course, dahil may pandemic, hindi pa tayo safe mag-live parties, we can do a virtual show. This is exclusive to your family and your online guests. Again, via Zoom po ito, safe na safe. Wag natin payagan itong pandemic na ito masira yung birthdays ng ating mga anak, mga apo. We can still perform and have fun with your children and your children's guests. All right? Okay, that's all the time we have for all of you this afternoon. Bago tayo magpaalam, ano yung lagi mong bilin, Nicola?
Ay, nangadata, huwag niyong kalimutan. Pagising, nanalangin. Bago natulog, nanalangin. Bago kumain, nanalangin. Sa lahat ng bagay na gagawin natin, itagtagudilin natin sa Diyos.
Tama, Nicola. Lahat ng bagay na gagawin natin, ipagtagubilin natin sa Diyos. Okay, thank you very much on behalf of our producers, Apple and Lloyd, and our director for tonight, Direct Saito. Thank you very much for watching, and may the Lord keep us all safe. Bye.
Bye.